صغرا کا سحرے کی لڑیاں تو نہیں، اشکوں کے ہار پہ روتی ہے پردیسی، ان بے بالوں کی یاد جو تیر چبوتی ہے نانا کے روزے پر صغرا چپ کے روتی ہے، پر محمد و آل محمد صلوات
Thank you, Shazia, for the beautiful recitation. I'd like to request Uncle Gulzar Zadi to please come up and recite Salam. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. سلام پڑھیے گا. پیدا شہر کی گلیوں سے گزر زینب کا، پیدا شہر کی گلیوں سے گزر زینب کا، پشت عابد پہ ہے تحریر سفر زینب کا، بیدار شہر کی گلیوں سے گزر زینب کا، گر پڑا خاک پہ عباس کا سر مقتل میں، گر پڑا خاک پہ عباس کا سر مقتل میں، نوک نظام سے نہ دیکھا گیا اثر زینب کا، بیدار شہر کی گلیوں سے گزر زینب کا، لاش اکبر پہ حسین ابن علی کہتے تھے، لاش اکبر پہ حسین ابن علی کہتے تھے، کس نے زخمی کیا برچی سے جگر زینب کا، بیدار شہر کی گلیوں سے گزر زینب کا، خون شبیر کی ہر بوند کا مقروض بشر، خون شبیر کی ہر بوند کا مقروض بشر، خون شبیر ہے مقروض مگر زینب کا، خون شبیر ہے مقروض
مگر زینب کیا یہ الگ بات کہ محفوظ دین رسول یہ الگ بات کہ لوٹا گیا اور گھر زینب کا بیدار شہر کی گلیوں سے گزر زینب کا سلام کی بنانے بہت دیری مدرسے کی بنانے بہت دیری شہر کو ایک چاند چھپانے میں بہت دیر لگی قبر سے کی بنانے میں بہت دیر لگی شہر نے ہر لاش کو جلدی سے اٹھایا لیکن شاہ نے ہر لاش کو جلدی سے اٹھایا لیکن لاش اکبر کی اٹھانے میں بہت دیر لاش اکبر کی اٹھانے میں بہت دیر لگی ٹکڑے چنتے ہوئے قاسم سے کہا مولا نے ٹکڑے چنتے ہوئے قاسم سے کہا مولا نے ہائے افسوس کے آنے میں بہت دیر لگی ہائے افسوس کے آنے میں بہت دیر لگی اس قدر پیاس سے سوکھا تھا گلوئے سرور اس قدر پیاس سے سوکھا تھا گلوئے سرور شمر کو تیل چلانے میں بہت دیر لگی شمر کو تیل چلانے میں بہت دیر لگی کچھ قدم دور ہے بازار سے دربار مگر کچھ قدم دور ہے بازار سے دربار مگر پھر بھی شہزادی کو آنے میں بہت دیر لگی پھر بھی شہزادی کو آنے میں بہت دیر لگی قبر حسین کی بنانے میں بہت دیر لگی سلام
Thank you, Uncle, for that touching recitation of the Salam. Now I'd like to request Brother Yasin Kirmani to please come up and recite Salam.
ضرور پڑھ دو بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. آپ تمام حضرات کو سلام پیش کرتا ہوں. نعرہ تکبیر. خالق کا نام بلند آواز سے لیں. نعرہ تکبیر. نعرہ رسالت. نعرہ رسالت. نعرہ حیدری. حیدری. حسینیت. حسینیت. یزیدیت. دشمنان اہل بیت کے لعنت. خاندان زہرا پر مل کے صلوات پڑھ بلند آواز سے. جیسا کہ آپ جانتے ہیں کہ آج کی قرآن خوانی اور مجلس کا اہتمام بھائی یاسین کاظمی صاحب اور ان کی طرف سے ان کے جو مجھے دنیا سے پہنچ چکے ہیں. بالخصوص اس میں سید اکبر حسین کاظمی ابرار حسین کاظمی son of سید ذوالفقار حسین کاظمی and Habiba Khatun Kazmi, daughter of Sayyid Husain. Husain Al-Abdin کی طرف جو جتنا بھی یہ ہدیہ قرآن کا اور جو ذکر کیا گیا یہ ان مرحومین کو پہنچے. اللہ ان کے درجات بلند کرے اور ان کے جتنے بھی بزرگ دنیا سے رخصت ہوتے ہیں ان کے لیے ایک بار سورہ فاتحہ. اور جتنے بھی مومنین اور مومنات محبین اہل بیت بالخصوص جو دنیا سے رخصت ہو چکے ہیں اور جن کا بھی پڑھنے والا نہیں ان کے لیے بلند تر صلوات پڑھ دیں. پھر بھی بلند آواز سے صلوات پڑھ دیں. زباں میلی نہیں ہوتی دہن میلا نہیں ہوتا. زباں میلی نہیں ہوتی دہن میلا نہیں ہوتا. زباں میلی نہیں ہوتی دہن میلا نہیں ہوتا. علی جس من میں بس جائے وہ من میلا نہیں ہوتا. علی جس من میں بس جائے وہ من میلا نہیں ہوتا. حیدری. فضائیں بد عقیدہ موسموں کی آتی رہتی ہیں. فضائیں بد عقیدہ موسموں کی آتی رہتی ہیں مگر میرے عقیدہ چمن میلا نہیں ہوتا، مگر میرے عقیدے کا چمن میلا نہیں ہوتا. بھائی شعر نگاہ. نشان مات میں سرور سجے ہوں جس کے سینے پر، نشان مات میں سرور، نشان مات میں سرور سجے ہوں جس کے سینے پر، تو مٹی میں بھی مل کر وہ بدن میلا نہیں ہوتا. تو نعرہ حیدری. تو مٹی میں بھی مل کر وہ بدن میلا نہیں ہوتا. اور یہ شاعر نے کہا کہ محمد کے غلاموں کا کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا، لیکن وضاحت نہیں دی کہ کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا کیوں نہیں ہوتا. تو اس کی وضاحت دی ہے شاعر نے. اگر خاک شفا سے لکھ دیا جائے علی مولا، اگر خاک شفا سے لکھ دیا جائے علی مولا، تو زیر خاک رہ کر بھی کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا. تو زیر خاک حیدری، تو زیر خاک رہ کر بھی کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا. درود پڑھتے بلند آواز سے.
حیدری بلند صلوات.
ہاں دعا فاطمہ کی ہم اہل عزا ہیں، ہمیں آزمانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا. دعا فاطمہ کی ہم اہل عزا ہیں، ہمیں آزمانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا. مقلد ہے میسم کے دار و رسن سے، کبھی بھی ڈرانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا. دعا فاطمہ کی وہاں بھی علی نے کی، مشکل کشائی لحد کے سرانے سے آواز آئی، آواز آئی، عزادار سرور ہے سونے دو اس کو، فرشتوں جگانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا. عزادار سرور ہے سونے دو اس کو، فرشتوں جگانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا. مسلسل ہے پیرا وہاں انبیاء کا، جہاں پر سجا ہے علم با وفا کا، علم با وفا کا. خبردار کہہ دے کوئی مشکلوں سے وہاں آنے جانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا. درود پڑھ بلند آواز سے. خدا کی قسم شک نہیں اس میں کوئی، نگہبان خود ہے محمد جلتا رہے گا ہواؤں بجھانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا نعرہ حیدری ہواؤں بجھانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا کجاووں کا منبر بنایا نبی نے یہ حکم خدا ہے بتایا نبی نے علی کے سوا جان نشین محمد کسی کو بنانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی ہم اہل عزا ہیں ہمیں آزمانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا خدا حکم دیتا ہے میرے محمد کیے جائے سجدوں پہ سجدے محمد حسین آپ کی پشت پر آ گئے ہیں ابھی سر اٹھانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا نعرہ حیدری نعرہ حیدری ابھی سر اٹھانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی ہم اہل عزا ہیں ہمیں آزمانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا صلوات پڑھتے بلند آواز سے اللہ یہ چند اشعار پیش کرتا ہوں میں نے آخری محفل پیش کیے تھے آپ نے پھر پیش کرتا ہوں یہ پھر صلوات پڑھتے بلند آواز سے اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد دیکھیں جو آپ صلوات پڑھے ہیں نعرہ لگا رہے ہیں اور یہ جو داد دے رہے ہیں سبحان اللہ یہ بھی ذکر میں شامل ہے تو آپ بھی اس کا حصہ ہیں تو بلند آواز سے صلوات پڑھیں اللہم صلی علی محمد وقار دین پیمبر حسین جانتے ہیں وقار دین پیمبر حسین جانتے ہیں رضائے خالق اکبر حسین جانتے ہیں وقار دین پیمبر حسین جانتے ہیں کہاں پہ صبر کہاں تیغ آزمانا ہے مزاج فاتح خیبر حسین جانتے ہیں مزاج فاتح خیبر حسین جانتے ہیں نماز شام کا لشکر بھی پڑھ رہا ہے مگر نماز شام کا لشکر بھی پڑھ رہا ہے مگر یہ ماری جائیں گی منہ پر حسین جانتے ہیں نعرہ حیدری چلا تھا شام کے
لشکر سے اور یہ کہتا ہوا بنے گا کیسے مقدر حسین جانتے ہیں بنے گا کیسے مقدر حسین جانتے ہیں جہاں بھی ختم ہے پرواز عقل انسانی وہاں سے آگے کا رستہ حسین جانتے ہیں نا حیدری ارے وہاں سے آگے کا رستہ حسین جانتے ہیں ہوا کا کام دیوں کو بجھانا ہے لیکن یہاں پہ میں تمام حضرات کی توجہ چاہتا ہوں جو لوگ فون سن رہے ہیں فون چھوڑ دیں محفل میں بیٹھے ہوئے فون چھوڑ دیں شیئر پہ توجہ دیں بعد میں جتنا مرضی فون دیکھ رہے ہوا کا کام دیوں کو بجھانا ہے لیکن دیے ہوا میں جلانا حسین جانتے ہیں دیے مہربانی دیے ہوا میں جلانا حسین جانتے ہیں وقار دین پیمبر حسین جانتے ہیں آسفا یہ شعر سنیں گا بڑا خوبصورت شعر ہے آپ ذات بھی پیش کر رہا ہوں زبان سے لاکھ کہے جاؤ یا حسین حسین کیسے پڑھتا ہوں توجہ اس بھائی زبان سے لاکھ کہے جاؤ یا حسین حسین مگر جو حال ہے دل کا حسین جانتے ہیں مگر جو حال ہے دل کا حسین جانتے ہیں اور آخر شعر پیش کر رہا ہوں خدا کے دین کو خطرہ نہیں خدا کی قسم یزیدیت سے نپٹنا حسین جانتے ہیں یزیدیت سے نپٹنا حسین جانتے ہیں بلند تر سے دعا کر دیں
Brother Yasin Kamal for the recitation. I request Brother Eesal-e-Sawaab for the recitation.
ہمارے دیگر سلامت
گزری جو خط نگاہ سے زینب جگر فگار آنکھیں لہو لہو تھی بدن پر غموں کا بار لاشوں کو دیکھ 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 کے روتی تھی زار زار، کہتی تھی جلد آئیے یا شاہ ذوالفقار، کیسے بتاؤں کیا میرے دل پر گزر گئی، لاش بے وطن کی جو میں ننگ سر گئی، ہائے بابا میرے بابا، غربت میں قتل ہو گیا مظلوم بے وطن، میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشاں بہن بہن، تیروں پہ تھا رکھا ہوا لاشا حسین کا، ڈوبا ہوا لہو میں تھا کرتا حسین کا، آواز تھی حسین کی بے ناکف کفن، میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشاں بہن بہن، آئی ناراض لوگ، آئی ناراض دو گھڑی پردیس کی فضا، کنبہ شہید ہو گیا میرا گھر اجڑ گیا، پردیس دیس غیر کا اپنا وطن وطن، میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشاں بہن بہن، ایک دل پہ داغ میں نے 72 اٹھا لیے، کچھ داغ میں نے قلب کے اندر چھپا لیے، چھپتے نہیں چھپانے سے داغ رسن رسن، میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشاں بہن بہن، دیکھا ہے بابا میں نے جو منظر، بتاؤں کیا نیزے پہ تھا رکھا ہوا سر ہے شہید کا، گھوڑوں کے دوڑنے سے تھا ٹکڑے بدن بدن، میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشاں بہن بہن، برچھی کلیجے علی اکبر میں جب لگی بابا کو دی صدا کبھی آواز مجھ کو دی کہتا تھا سینہ تھا کہ اماں چبھن چبھن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن غربت میں قتل ہو گیا مظلوم بے وطن میں بھائی بھائی کہتی تھی لاشا بہن بہن
Before I request Mulana Sayyid Hadi Yasin for the speech, I'd like to request you to recite Surah Al-Fatiha for Marhoom Sayyid Abrar Husain Kazmi Ibn Sayyid Zulfiqar Husain Kazmi and Marhooma Habiba Khatun Kazmi Binte Sayyid Zain al-Abidin. And I'd like to request Hujjatul Islam Maulana Sayyid Hadi Yasin to please address the Majlis. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
بعد بلندر صلوات نعرہ حیدری
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد للہ والصلاة والسلام علی سیدنا و نبینا حبیب قلوبنا وطبیب نفوسنا وشفیع ذنوبنا ابی القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى آله الكريمين الأكرمين المنتجبين سيما بقية الله الأبدين النعمة دائما المجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah that we have the tawfiq and opportunity to participate in a majlis that belongs to the memories of a kind and passionate parents and couple who had their time and opportunity to live in this dunya. They left and provided an opportunity for all of us to ponder upon this whole process, this whole path that is in front of all of us. Before moving forward, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, send peace and blessings upon the soul of all Marhoomeen, Marhoomat, inshallah, Marhoomeen and Marhoomat of the, inshallah, those who are present here, especially Marhoom Abrar Husain Kazmi, son of Sayyid Zulfiqar Husain Kazmi, and Marhooma Habiba Khatun Kazmi, into Sayyid Zain al-Abidin, rahimahullah, man yaqra'u al-Fatihata ma'a as-salawat. Another salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salawat all together. While I was sitting over there, I was thinking that good for your parents, brother son, that even after they passed away, we have a majlis with this number of people, alhamdulillah, that the zikr of Quran, zikr of Masa'ib of Ahl al-Bayt, du'as, commemorations, all together are inshallah being sent to the soul. Not all Marhoomeen have this opportunity and tawfiq. And I was thinking, to be honest, about myself while I was sitting over there, would that happen for me? Don't think and don't look because I have this clothing, it will 100% happen. No one knows the end. No one knows the aqibat of the end of the end, right? Will I have the tawfiq not only when I am in this dunya, in this world, I'll be involved with these things, but even when I leave this dunya, I'll have some people that will send the thawab and reward and blessings to my soul as well. It is important, it's very important. And that's when you raise good children. When you raise righteous children who care about these things. We have many parents, many families who their children don't even believe in this, care about these things. Some of these brothers who are sitting here, remember 2 years ago, I think, we had a mayyat, 1 month was in a hospital. Have parent children, yes, they have a couple of children. 1 month in a hospital, and the hospital realized his name is like Muslim names, contacted the local masjid, and they found us, and when we contacted the children, like, you don't care, do whatever you want. They didn't even send them money for the burial. Yes, he has a son, a daughter, and everything. You see? Alhamdulillah, he did something good. The group of mu'mineen, they got together, did it, but how many, they don't even have that opportunity. As long as we're living in this dunya, we should think about what we believe and what we sent to us and for us. And of course, when we talk about the majlis belongs to parents, it's difficult. Even one of them is difficult, let alone both of them. Those who supported us. One of the most important topics we have that in Quran and Islam after Allah and Ahl al-Bayt, Allah and Rasul, the most important people that you should respect are your parents. وَلَوْ كَانَ كَافِرَيْنِ. Even if your parents are kafir, disbelievers, you cannot disrespect them to this extent. So you can't follow them in the path against the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you should not and cannot disrespect them, right? So when you think about this topic, and I always like to call this majalis, besides the respect for the family, besides sending thawab to the marhoomeen, inshallah, is the majlis of tafakkur and tadabbur. It's the majlis of thinking and pondering. Part of the reason that you're sitting here is because of yourself. The topic of death is a very mysterious topic, and it is in front of us, and all of us are going towards this topic, and this whatever is going to happen to us. But it looks like it tends to some of us, we don't pay attention. Some people ignore it. Some people, it's very, very mysterious. How is it possible that all of us 100% sure it's coming towards us, but we don't think about it constantly? How's it even possible? It's not like this in any other topics in this world. If you have a business, if you have a test, if you're educated, if you're working, whatever it is, when it comes to the deadline, you're very nervous. You think about it, right? And if you don't know the deadline, you keep seeking and asking about it. When is the deadline? When I'm supposed to? I don't accept it. I should know. And how about this topic that we're not sure when and how it's going to happen? And we might not be. Death is coming towards them, and they're so deep, so neglectful. 1,200 of ayat of Quran, which is 1/5 of ayat of Quran, are about the topic of death, the topic of akhirat, the hereafter. How many million people just passed away during the pandemic the last 2 years? And we saw it in front of us, right? Very suddenly, those we didn't expect from family here and there. Do you feel any difference in your heart now? Do you feel like, oh my God, I've seen how many million total the pandemic? Who knows?
1 million.
1 million? Total war. Entire world.
India.
No, just the whole war.
7 million.
7 million. 7 million people in front of us. Just one simple cause of this, right? Do I feel anything in my heart? Do I feel like, hey, wait a minute? It was not because they were old necessarily, all of them, or something. Just all of a sudden something came and they left. Do I feel any tanabbuh? Do I feel I'm awakened? My heart? أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة. Or answers. Even if you hide in a very strong towers or fortress or wherever, death will come and will meet you. You know, some people try to do this in this dunya, build a forge for themselves by business, by money, whatever they have, and they think they live here eternally. In Surah Jumah, we recite what? إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه. This maut, this death that you're running away from it. Well, why he says when you recite Quran, think about the ayat, translation of this ayat. Get the point from the ayat. No, don't just recite. This maut that you're running away from this maut. يفرون فإنهم ملاقيكم. You know what we call mulaqat? What do you call mulaqat? Mulaqat, meeting each other, right? Today we had the mulaqat, we were sitting each other, meeting each other. The maut will come and meet you, even if you don't want it. ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة. فإنه ملاقيكم. By the way, the ho is the zamir and the pronoun that we use for human beings. As if it's something alive is coming towards you. Then you will realize what you did when it comes. 3 volumes of the thousand ahadith that we have about this topic. 3 volumes of the book, a very valuable book, Bahar al-Anwar by Allama Majlis belongs to this topic. 3 volumes out of 110 volumes. 3 volumes to this. Literally after the topic of Tawheed, this is the most common topic in Quran. Almost in every page you see something about akhirah, something about hereafter, something we need to prepare ourselves for it. Why? Because this dunya has a tendency to make us be so busy we don't pay attention to what's coming towards us. Imagine you're traveling and you book a hotel room. How many years you book it? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, right? Imagine in that hotel room, you sign a contract to remodel your room. Spend a lot of money for decoration of that room. Make it as much as beautiful and as much as money you can spend on that hotel room for those few days that you want to be there. What do you call that person who would do this? I'll leave it for you, whatever. Oh, many of us would do this. But these 2 days, that can be 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. If I ask Brother Hassan, he would still remember the memories that he has with his family, with his parents. His childhood memories that all of us we have, right? Are we? Yes, we're in that hotel room. We do not belong here. We do not. This is not the place for us. Then how come all the intention is for the sake of this dunya? Look what beautifully Prophet Isa said, he said, مثل طالب الدنيا كمثل شارب ماء البحر كلما ازداد شربا ازداد عطشا حتى يقتله. The water of the sea, what is it? It's salty, right? The example of those who are looking for this dunya, طالب الدنيا, that they're so eager about this dunya, are like a person who's drinking from the water of the ocean, of the sea. The more he is drinking, the thirstier he becomes until he dies. Not dies, it kills it. It kills that person. That's the characteristics of dunya. Should we ignore dunya? No, we are living in this dunya. Dunya mazra'atul akhirah. Dunya is that form of akhirah. You put the seed here, and you will harvest it over there. You get it from somewhere else. It's up to you what you put. Junk, quality, seed, whatever you put. It's up to us. And I say it's a very mysterious topic because it comes with fear as well. It comes with fear. What is it? One of the reasons we don't pay attention to it because it's scary to many of many of human beings, many of us. And Imam Hadi ﷺ said, تخاف من الموت لأنك لا تعرف. You're afraid and scared of fear of unknown. You're afraid of this because you don't know about it, because you don't know about it. And it doesn't matter if you want to ignore it or not. It is coming. Do you know that we already know? Let me be frank. I always, when it comes to this Majlis, I put away from ta'aruf and be very respectful in that sense. I put it away. I said, do you know one of us is the first person after this Majlis who will leave this dunya? Do you know that? One of us that are sitting here, how many are? Will be the first person from this group who leave. Doesn't matter me, right after this Majlis, tomorrow, next week. And this is what I always say, I'm not ready for it. I don't want to say it, but I would ask you just raise your hand in your heart. Are you ready? If you can raise your hand, awesome, mashallah. I won't raise my hand, I don't know. If you can raise your hand, I'm 100% ready. I did everything that I can. Are your children ready for that? Would your children take care of you? Look what your Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam said. وبادر الموت وغمراته وامهدوا له قبل حلوله وعدوا له. Some people, the death will come all of a sudden take their soul. Some people are already ready for the maut. They prepare themselves for the maut. They know it's coming. They don't know what they don't want to be ghafil about it. Imam said that وَبَادِرُ الْمَوْتِ. You go towards maut. For some people, يُدْرِكُمُ الْمَوْتِ. Maut is coming to do mulaqat for them, right? Some people, some mu'mineen like you guys, inshallah, they are going towards it. They are waiting for it. They are preparing. You know, a student that is already ready for the test cannot wait for tomorrow that there's a test. But the one who didn't study well, I wish this night instead of 12 hours will be 24 hours, right? All of us will wish that because we were not ready for the test. You go towards maut. You be ready for maut. Imam multiple traditions, many traditions says, be careful about what's coming after maut, what you experience after maut. I'm going to talk about it. The positions, the stations, the manazil, the events, things that happen to you after maut that you don't even know about. Those are scary. Those are very scary if you're not ready. And it doesn't have age. When I say one of us would leave, the first one from this group, Doesn't matter age-wise. Now, and the reason I'm saying because Amir al-Mu'minin in the advice to his son Imam Hassan said this, Ya bunayya akthar dhikra al-maut. Make sure you remember death a lot. I don't know, psychologists are saying so. Akthar dhikra al-maut. Remember the death a lot. A lot. وَمَا تَحْجُمُ عَلَيْهِ. And whatever attacks you after maut comes towards you. And whatever happens to you. ذكر الموت يميت الشهوات في النفس. Because when you remember death, it will kill the illegitimate desires, the daydreamings. Because you remember death. If you owe something to someone, if you have to go apologize to someone because you did something, you will do it immediately. If you think you're going to live for a long time, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you know there's no time left, you don't know how much time is left, then you be very careful with this. The concept of death. Imam Ali said in the first chapter, I thought a lot about this concept. I couldn't get too far with that. Imam Ali said. We experience, I'm going to add into the mysterious part of this concept. We experience 4 different worlds in our entire life, not just in this dunya. The first world, or alam, I can call it, that we experience is what? Alam? No, the alam, that's a different thing. The alam in the womb of your mother. This is the world. When the soul comes, you're experiencing the world. How was it? What it was, how it is. We have many traditions about this topic in the book. There was a world that when you left that world with screaming and crying. What's the story? You're going to come from somewhere that you're comfortable to somewhere that you don't know what it is. The second is on this world, dunya. The third, alam barzakh. And the last, qiyamah. Hereafter. All this 4 will happen to all of us. One already happened, we're in the second. We don't even remember what was before. We don't know what's coming. But we know from authentic traditions and ayat al-Quran that they told us, make sure you be ready for it. How many of us sitting here, we have some jobs that are unfinished? Something we need to do, something we need to complete, someone we need to go to and ask them for forgiveness. A business, a court, a trial, something. Yeah, my family members did this, my friend did this, so on and so forth. It was their fault, they did it. Yeah, when you leave this dunya, it doesn't matter who did it. You are left with your amal in action. Then you have no control, then someone else will judge. وَإِنَّ الشَّاهِدَ هُوَ الْحَاكِمُ. The eyewitness is the judge himself. Then you cannot say, Molana, you don't know, he did this. I mean, my husband talked to me this way. My wife did this, that's why he did this. You can't say it. Because it's going to be fact in front of you. There's no more time to do anything. But as long as we're here, we have time and chance to do things. Very quickly, according to traditions, we have 7 stations, manzil or manazil after death. We'll go to a few of them just to review and get some points inshallah from them that we all experience. We gotta be careful, we gotta be ready for them. Maybe that brings some tawajjuh. Maybe that would help us to be more careful. The first one, I probably don't have time to go to all 7, but we'll go to the most important ones. The first one, عند الوفاة. And that's the time that angel comes and says, brother, let's get ready, you have to go. Sister, No, I'm sorry. We're not going to say, let's get ready. No. Let's go. One more second. Half a second. Let me just say Khuda Hafiz. Allah Hafiz to my remember at the beginning of the speech that I said, it's for us this Majlis, Husain, the dua, the tawab, and everything, and the respect of the family too. We respect the family, respect Brother San Kazmi to provide this Majlis, that indeed not only we participate to show our support to him and condolences and everything, but also thank you so much for this Majlis that we can sit here and listen to Ayat al-Quran and this tradition for the sake of getting ready. Here's what I understood from all these traditions and Ayat al-Quran that we have. Everything we heard about Jannah, about Jahannam, is about what's going on in the device. It's all, I'm going to summarize it with some traditions that we have. You live in this dunya. That's your mind. If this dunya you created heaven and spiritual aspects, you're going to see the heaven. If you created Jahannam for yourself here and for family here and for others around you, that's what is waiting for you. What you experience in hereafter is what you gain. At dunya, what did I say the hadith? Mazra'atun. Mazra' means what? A farm. Whatever you put in the ground, that comes out. If you put the apple seed, that comes out. If you put the wheat, that comes out. It's impossible. You put the apple seed, you get peach out of it. It's impossible. Whatever you put here, that's the whole concept. It says, be ready for that, because that's eternal over there. You can't change it. You still have time here. And according to our traditions, hadith from Imam Rida alayhi salatu salam, different traditions, different examples we have, such as death for a mu'min is like taking out an old shirt, a dirty shirt, and wearing a nice, clean shirt. But death for a mu'min is like smelling, oh, but this is very famous, like smelling a very good smell of flower. So beautiful, so amazing. For a kafir, for a disbeliever, is totally opposite. What is it? What makes someone mu'min or not mu'min? What? I know you know the answer. How they were in this dunya. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. If they did amal salih or not, then they see it in their heart. I don't know, I have some part, I just don't want to bother you that much. Don't want to make it so scary. But this majlis is different than the Thursday night and Friday. This majlis is different. And I always say that, and I would like to say it in this majlis as well. The best thawab that we can send to this Marhoom, said Abrar, Kazmi, and Marhoom, inshallah we can, is one major and one important decision that you make in this majlis, that you want to change one part of your life to be more towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the best thing that you can send, based on any Fatiha that you can send, because you found a different way, a better way towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of this majlis that we have for them. Even one part, someone says, you know what, I'm going to work on my akhlaq. I want to work on my khums and zakat, wujuhat. I want to be better with my family. I want to be, whatever it is. Manhum Arwaki said, Manqul from Sheikh Abbas al-Qawmi, that he is the author of Mafati, right? Said, I was walking in Wadi al-Salam. Where's Wadi al-Salam? Najib. The biggest cemetery in the world, right? The most important and amazing cemetery. He said, I was walking, I could hear a very loud scream, a scary scream. I thought this is, you know, he said, I thought they're torturing an animal. That loud and scary. But I was looking around to see other people are not reacting to this sounds, and I realized I'm the only one who's hearing this. He said, I went closer and closer to the source of the sound. I saw that they are putting the burying a maggot, and the sound is coming from that maggot. Screaming not to put me there. In the first place. The second one, fil qabr. When they put us there. The last house. The last manzil. No matter how rich you are, how poor you are, it's going to be same size. You know, you go to cemetery, all of them are same size. None of them, they put, I don't know, you know, decoration around. None of them had the ceiling is different, putting, you know, gold and silver. No, they're all the same. When they shake them, they اسمع افهم يا فلان ابن فلان هل أنت على العهد الذي فارقتنا. You see that? Do you see that? The name of death, you know what it is? Yaqeen. Certainty. You see it now? While I'm talking, let's focus on ourselves. When I'm talking and narrating these stations and steps for you, just think about yourself. What is left? What should you do? What should you change? What is that thing that you need to do? Let's make it practical. When they put me there, they call me Man Rabbuk, who's your God? Ma Kitabuk, what book do you follow? Nabiyuk, who's your Man Nabiyuk? Man Imamuk, who's your Nabi, who's your Imam? They ask me, they're not asking this tongue. If they ask this tongue, I can lie. It's a simple question. Any children in the second grade, first grade of Sunday school, they can say all these answers, right? You know what they ask? They ask my heart, they ask my amal, they ask who I truly followed in this dunya. That's why I can lie. What book I followed, what Imam I followed, what Nabi, what God did I follow? Was it shahawat, desires? Was it truly the Prophet? What did I follow? Who I followed in this dunya? That's what I answered. Amir al-Mu'minin Imam alayhi salatu wassalam. He was passing, you know, when he was coming from a war, he was passing a cemetery. He stopped, his companion stopped. He looked at the cemetery. He said salam to the amwat of that cemetery. And he said to them, he asked them this question. He talked to them. He said that if you are asking what's going on, he said, salam to you who are in the scary houses and places, you're all alone, so on and so forth. He said, if you want to know some news about this dunya, which you're not in this dunya, your houses, someone else are living there. Your wives got married probably with someone else. Your money have been shared with other people as well. Everything you have belongs to other people. And then Imam says, you guys tell us what's going on over there. Whatever you had here, it's all gone. You're thinking, right? You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking, what is left? You're thinking about, inshallah, I'm thinking right now. So if it is my time, which there's no doubt of this, what? You can ignore it or it's coming. You know, some people, when they're driving, they get scared, the car is coming and they're going to have an accident, they close their eyes. Those who are not professional. But professional, they open their eyes, they know it's coming, they try their best. Doesn't matter if I close my eyes or not, it's coming. Is there anyone I'm purposely going to these sections because we don't hear about these things that often. Is there anyone's heart broken because of that? Because usually Maulana's in here, did you pay your homes, so on and so forth. I know that you know all these things. I'm going to go to different aspects. I'm going to go to emotional aspects. Is there anyone's heart right now broken because do you have access to that person? Is there anything left when we're thinking about these things as well, right? How are the status of your children? Do you feel they are those that they should be? You think in terms of, I know you are very careful about their education, money, and so on and so forth, and the business, I know that. But how about the other aspects, the iman level? Are they those that can take care of you when you're not in this dunya? Are they those who make this majalis for you? You say yes? Very good. Alhamdulillah, I see many of you guys, of course. You are having this concern. It is a concern. And when someone has a concern, cannot feel in peace unless they do something about it. Unless they do something. You know, sometimes when your children are not married and you feel like anxious about it, oh my God, he's getting old. She's getting old. They have to get her. You can't just keep thinking about them. Whoever you find, whoever you see, by the way, if there's any good girl, good husband, boy, let us know. You can't. It's a concern. And the other one that experiences Alam Barzakh. Many traditions we have about this, and I got to go on about this as well. It's a place between dunya and akhirah. You'll be treated based on who you were in this dunya until the day of judgment. You did good. If I didn't do good, I'll face this. They're not going to say, this brother, he was living in the United States. Make it easier for him. The system was in Germany, a Muslim country. Make it easier for me. They're going to look at me and say, what you did. He is a Maulana, he's not, no, actually it's very tougher for those who claim they know something. It's much more tougher. The more you know, the more responsibility, right? And then after that comes qiyamah. Whenever is the time, where is the moment that it comes and Surah Hajj. I really want you, whenever you have a chance after this message, you go home, please read the first page of Surah Hajj. How about that? First 5, 6 ayat of Surah Hajj. Talks about Qiyamah. You remember Surah Hajj, right? This read the translation of this ayat. Just one of them I said, those mothers, the fear of that day, that they breastfeed, they leave their babies. If they are like pregnant, they leave them out of fear. We have traditions. Mothers run away from their children. Fathers run away. Families run away from children. Of course, not mu'mineen, not believers. Remember that. Those who are already prepared for it, they're different. Those are different people. So that's what is in front of us. That's what we need to think about and be prepared for when it's coming. That's about the decision. That's about changing this. That's the tawfiq. You are acting upon the mustahab. You come to this majlis, to this type of majalis, right? You hear these things from Quran and traditions. And now you have this opportunity. What you're going to do with this? Now at least you heard again. I know last majlis you went either a few days ago, a few months ago, a few years ago. You heard about these things. Now that's another one. Right before Ramadan. Now the question is that what I'm going to do with this? How am I going to change my life to be better? And being Muslim, kuntum khayra ummah, the best of ummah, the best of communities, the best of people, they expect the best from us. To be the best, to act the best. Do not compare yourself with others who are not in the same level and caliber of you, which is Islam. You are supposed to be the best. You're supposed to be the role model and example for other people. So, yes, we have the traditions even after death. The thawab that family and children were sent to us would help us. The thawab of this message, inshallah, would help in our community. And specifically, Marhoom said about Husain Kazmi and Marhoom Habiba, Kazmi, they would hear it. You think they're gone, but they can be among us, hearing, appreciating you for being here. We have conditions. The soul of Mu'mineen will come to this dunya and visit their families. They see what he did for his family. They can see it. In return, they pray. Did you know that? Why do you say go? The hadith says, Allah will bless the son and daughter, night of Jum'ah, will go visit the grave of the parent. Allah forgive both of them, the child and parent. Why? Because they also pray for us. They also pray for you. You have this Majlis, they pray for you in return. You said even one simple salawat for the soul of your parents, those who did everything for you. I had a meeting with, I know he's getting very finished with soon, meeting with a teenager. And he was like, my parents did this, my parents did that. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm like, all right. He was 17, 18. I said, okay, tell me what you have from yourself. He was like, I have, I'm like, what? He was like, my bag. I'm like, who paid for it? I was like, your clothing, who paid for it? The room that you're living in, who is it? So he looked around, he paused, he said, you mean I have nothing? You're right, I have nothing from myself. No, you have nothing from yourself. If your mom was not there, you couldn't even take a mosquito away from yourself, a fly away from yourself. Yeah, sometimes that my voice was not as loud as now, they were taking care of me. And if those, any of you guys, you have the opportunity, your parents are with you, take care of them. Take advantage of this. Or if your family, if your spouse have their parents, assist them to serve their family, to serve their parents. Don't make it difficult for them. I know it's getting talked about a lot sometimes. They're like saying this, I know that I'm very involved with this as psychologist, but do your best to respect them. Not to just let them be with you. No, act as they're giving and they're giving you this opportunity that they're living with you. As they are the gates of heaven. And you see how Allah will treat you. Let's raise our children. We're learning all these things, brothers and sisters, from Quran and from Ahlul Bayt. Those who stand and dedicated their life for us. I'm going to say this. At the same time, we're not that worried because we have Quran. We have the Shafi. We have Ahlul Bayt. We have Rasulullah. They have the distant successors. This poetry that brothers were reciting, many of you guys were wrong. This is hard that Allah gave you. But as soon as you hear the name of Husain, your heart starts shaking. That's not. As soon as I say Assalamu alaikum ya Abrar. Some of you guys are crying, I don't know why. I'm just sending a very simple salam to them. Assalamu alaikum ya Abrar wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bithnaik. Alayka minni salamullah. أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر الأهد مني لزيارتكم. We all wish the last moment when Israel comes, we can say this salam as well, right? when they put us in the grave, we can say this salam as well. Let's practice this all together. Assalamu ala Husain wa ala Ali ibn wa ala awlad Husain. Do you think Husain would leave you alone when you leave this dunya? No. Do you think they leave you with, no, they say you practice this, you said that, you said this salam, we are with you. Assalamu ala al-Husain wa ala Ali ibn wa ala awlad very quickly, the zikr musibat we have, inshallah, the thawab would go to the soul of parents of brother Hassan Kazmi. I want you to go to Karbala when Husain, he has Ali Asghar with himself. For 3 days, they didn't give the family of Rasulullah water. The Ummah of Islam are doing this to him. 3 days, little children of Husain, they don't have water to drink. I'm going to ask you, maybe you don't want to give water to soldiers, that's fine. How about a 6-month-old baby of Husain? Mothers, you are sitting here, I always ask you how much water a 6-month-old baby would drink. When Husain brought Ali Asghar and said to the Jamaat, if you don't want to give me water, that's fine. Take this baby, give him water and bring him back to me. You know what was the response of Harmala? He shot an arrow to little neck of Ali Asghar Husain. And my question, how big is the neck of a 6-month-old baby? And a big arrow with 3 heads. When the blood was gushing out, Husain grabbed the remote. He told him to sigh, Allahumma taqabbal Allah accept it from us. The only musibah is from here, biggest part of the musibah. They said when after that Husain was going to go back to Qiyam and the tent, he saw Abrar and Zainab standing there. He said, I was going back and coming again. Until the moment he went behind the tent, he picked the ground, he put the body where he was buried in the ground. Some narration are saying that the moment he heard the voice of Allah, كَلَّا الزَّهْرَاء مَهْلًا مَهْلًا. Oh son of Zahra, wait one more time, let me see my baby. Inshallah, Allah didn't see the leg of Asghar. Imagine the heart of Husain at that moment. How would you do that to a 6-month-old baby, brothers and sisters? Almost on its own, what was the crime? What was the sin of this 6-month-old baby? Now when you want to say salam, see the neck of Asghar, say salam. Assalamu ala Husain wa ala Husain wa ala awlad Husain wa ala على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ينقلبون. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم عجل وليك الفرج والعافية والناس ومد في أمره الشريف وزين الأرض بكل بقائه واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته يا رحمن يا رحيم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك بحق الحسين يا الله hasten the door of our Imam al-Mahdi. Let us and our generation be among the best of Muslimin. Ya Allah, Rahman Ya Rahim, let us live with Quran and Ahlul Bayt in this dunya and be with them in Akhirah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman Ya Rahim, those brothers and sisters in this majlis of hajat and request. بحق Muhammad wa Muhammad, give them all the khair hajat. Those who are under difficulties, Ya Allah, provide opportunities for their freedom. Ya Allah, help us to raise righteous children. Let us be righteous children for our parents. Let us have the tawfiq to send the thawaab and blessings to our parents. Ya Allah, let this path be continued after our death. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman Ya Rahim, those who are sick, Muhammad wa Muhammad, cure them. Those who passed away, send the thawaab and the love from our gathering to their soul, especially the soul of Marhoom, the Abrar, Husain Kazmi, Ibn Sayyid al-Fa'al, Husain Kazmi, and Habiba Khatum Kazmi, bint Sayyid al-Abidin. Inshallah, we'll take inshallah thawaab from this gathering. Rahimallah man yaqra'u al-Fatihata ma'as-salawat.
Ya Husain, 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 Ya
شبیر نے کہا اماں تو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو میت فاطمہ کی شبیر نے کہا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو میت فاطمہ کی شبیر نے کہا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو غربت کی داستان سناؤں میں اب کسے اماں تمہارے بعد رہوں گا نہ چین سے للہ اس حسین کا للہ اس حسین کا کھاؤ ترس ذرا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو میت فاطمہ کی شبیر نے کہا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو کیسے سکون پاؤں گا اماں جواب دو کیسے غم اٹھاؤں گا اماں جواب دو دستے ادب کو جوڑ کے دستے ادب کو جوڑ کے بولا یہ غم زدہ اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو میت فاطمہ کی شبیر نے کہا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو اما خدا گواہ ہے ایسا نہیں ہوا مانگا جو میں نے آپ سے وہ آپ نے دیا اس وقت آپ سے ہے فقط اتنی التجا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو میت کا فاطمہ کی شبیر نے کہا اماں اٹھو گلے سے لگا لو حسین کو
کیسا ہے چراغ دل ڈوبے جا رہے ہیں کیا شام آ گیا ہے اماں فضا بتا دی مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں ہونے لگی اذانے کیسے سروں کو ڈھانپے بازو بندھے ہوئے ہر رو رہی آنکھیں آنکھوں سے خون کے رستے خون بہ رہے کیا شام آ گیا ہے اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے نیزوں پہ جتنے سر ہیں کہ سر میں ان میں ایسا آنکھیں ہیں بند اس کی ہر خاک پر گرتا عباس کا یہ سر ہے تیرا بتا کیا شام آ گیا ہے اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں ماں کی گودیوں سے لپٹے ہوئے بچے ہیں رسیوں میں ہر ماں کیسے جکڑے بچے جو گر رہے ہیں وہ بنتے جا رہے ہیں کیا شام آ گیا ہے اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں اتنا چلی ہے پیدل کانٹوں پہ ساری چہندی چلتی جاتی چلتی چلتی ہر چلتی اگر زمین بھی پیروں کے آب میں بھی کیا شام آ گیا ہے اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ رہے ہیں اماں فضا بتا دے مجھ کو پتھر کیوں آ Ya Husain, Ya Husain, Ya Husain, Ya Husain, Ya Husain, Ya Husain. Allahumma salli ala.
السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى أم المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا أبا محمد الحسن بن علي، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليك من سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت بقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد من زيارة السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين، خصوصا سيدي مولاي يا أبا الفضل العباس بن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم يا تسعة المعصومين من ذرية الحسين، السلام عليكم يا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن صلوات الله عليهم. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. سيدي عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته.